Hello everyone, I'm Chris Puckett here with another episode of the Modern Warfare 2 Online Pro Circuit Live brought to you by PlayStation 3. Tonight we feature the winner's bracket semifinals match between 6-seeded Xtravagant and the 7-seeded Last Resort. Xtravagant has yet to drop a game in the second playoff bracket and are considered by most to be the heavy favorite here tonight. It's time to find out which team will advance to the winner's bracket finals as we send it over to our commentators live in the game, Fwiz and Hastro.
Hi, buddy.
Doing really well, Fwiz. How about yourself?
Oh, I can't complain, man. We got another wonderful Wednesday here where we've got the live broadcast kicking off winners round 4, where we're going to see Xtravagant square up against Last Resort. Xtravagant is yet to drop a map in the Pro Circuit playoffs, and they look to be the dominant champion so far in this bracket. Who's been doing well for them on their team? Well, all 4 of them, where they've got Big Timer, JCap, Rambo, and Sid Rock rocking out on that roster. On the other side, we've got Last Resort, who's been quite a contender staying in the winner's bracket and have upsetted Young Guns last week. They've got a pretty talented team with Apollo, Dream Crazy, Poison, and Vexel. So we're going to have to watch out for them. And Dream Crazy is attempting to be the first ever Astro Call of Duty Pro Gamer girl. So props to her as she is now on the top 8 right now, where she places on Online Pro Circuit number 2.
Great, man.
Yeah, first one ever. So game 1, we've got Capture the Flag Terminal. Capture Flag Terminal, we're going to see a lot of gunfire and blazing action, especially going to have to keep an eye out on Burger Town, looking around for teams to try to spawn trap over by Dreams over there. So we'll keep an eye out on those 2 points as we are kicking it off first with Capture the Flag on Terminal. Astro, what are some of the things other than Burger Town slaying and Dreams that we're going to have to keep an eye out for on Capture the Flag Terminal?
Capture the Flag Terminal is a standoff game type, so you really kind of have to watch the plane sometimes. Typically, teams are going to try and control the tree that's in the middle of the airport, and every now and then a player is going to get through to that plane, and sometimes that can really cause some problems. That's kind of a flank position, so teams really have to look out for that.
Kicking off our player cam, we're going to go to the top team, which will be Xtravagant, getting our first player camera, and we're going to go ahead and watch Rambo. He is their objective player. As you see him running Marathon Lightweight, he's going to be the guy that's going to be going for the most pulls on the flag. Behind him usually will be JCap running a Marathon stopping power class. He usually has the FAMAS out. He is their main support player. He will help Rambo try to get back to the flag, as Rambo will be getting taken out often as they make several attempts to push into the flag here. So we'll keep our player camera on Rambo as he decided to go to the bookstore, but it looks like he's switching it up as Last Resort was trying to get a push through Dreams in there, but was unable to. Apollo did not get that off. So as Rambo's just coming through here, slaying Apollo and Poison, moving through quick. Now, guys, he's got Marathon Lightweight on. That's a very selfless individual that does something like that, because anytime you're rocking Lightweight over stopping power, it really puts you at a disadvantage of your gun power. So you're going to have to always beat them in gun skill when you've got Lightweight Marathon on.
And, Rambo running objective for his team right here. He was able to pick up a few crucial kills right there. However, Xtravagant got cleaned up one more time, and they're kind of pushed back. Rambo picks up a nice knife, heading into the plane right there. Looks like Xtravagant recovered pretty well, and they have Last Resort kind of pushed back into their spawn again. But they look to be in no hurry right now. They're kind of taking their time. Sid Rock is sitting on the plane right now, trying to allow Rambo to grab that flag, which he does, but he gets pushed up. So, looks like we kind of have that standoff, like I said, that we're going to kind of see here on Terminal.
And as we switch, Sid Rock is starting to get in that advantageous position on the plane where he is in the cockpit right now as he takes out Dream Crazy coming up. That was just a good call as he waited for her to come in. He takes her out, and now Sid Rock, he's going to hang out back here by the plane. He's one of their main slayers for Team Xtravagant. Sid Rock and Big Timer will be running the dual slaying position, especially on this map. Sid Rock, you'll see him often switch between FAMAS and the ACR. Sid Rock, a pretty player you're familiar with there, Hasher. You played, probably a year or 2 with Sid Rock as a teammate, didn't you?
Yeah, Sid was a past teammate of mine, and great player all around, extremely good player, and he's always able to come up big with the objective too if he has to. So right there, we got a flag tap out of Last Resort. These guys on Xtravagant were able to kind of take all 4 players on Last Resort out, and Xtravagant was able to manage the flag cap right there, and they look like they're not backing down. They're going to be pushing again, trying to pull another flag.
I was talking to Last Resort before the game, Hastro, and the one thing that they were focusing on is that they were going to try to take a game early on from Xtravagant. Capture the flag was their main one and goal that they were going to try to take from them. They know that this is a powerful slaying team and that they are able to get a CTF or a demo map away from them. They could try to win the other two search and destroy. So that was their game plan, taking it one game at a time. They were very aware of the, Xtravagant, how dominant they've been coming in, but they weren't too scared. This is their first broadcast on here, so they were excited, and they're doing pretty much everything that they said they would be talking about here early on. As like you said, they've got one cap with 1:43 seconds left in the half. You see Sidrock starting to move in, help out Rambo a little bit as they're trying to get a flag grab here. Sidrock meeting up with Last Resort. Apollo's got the flag for Last Resort, and for Xtravagant, Big Timer has it. So we might see a stalemate in here as Sidrock hangs low and is going to be able to get that return. And Big Timer, awkwardly enough, has the flag right now, and I believe he was able to cap it. So do we have, I believe, yeah, it's Xtravagant that's got a 2-0 lead. Last Resort was not able to cap Hastro. So it's Xtravagant that's got the 2-0 lead here early on.
Yeah, Big Timer was running something. He was running the objective right there, and that really isn't his forte, but he managed to do it anyway. Sidrock is having a great game so far. He's lighting up the scoreboard. He's running around just playing kids. And he had somebody kind of down at the bottom of the escalator, and he paid no attention to him. He didn't see to grab the flag. He was the one that was taking care of all the playing, and he's still doing that. He's sitting at 14-4 on the scoreboard, really providing a good base for his team to pull flags and get the cap, and that's why they're up 2-0 right now. About 30 seconds left.
On capture the flag, which side is more advantageous? Would you rather be on the top where you're defending Dream's capture the flag, or would you rather start on the bottom where you've got flag at the bottom of the escalator?
You know, the more I've played this map and the more I see some of the pro teams play it and some of the great players play it, it's really, I really don't think either side is that much more advantageous than the other. I used to
and you do get to play both sides either way.
Yeah, you do get to play both sides. So, either way, this game type is probably the most fair game type out of all of them in Call of Duty in our Modern Warfare 2 Pro Circuit. But, as far as one position being more dominant than the other, as far as having an advantage, I don't think we have that here on Terminal. It's a pretty even map all around. Both teams have access to the plane, and both teams have access to that middle tree area, the burger side. So pretty even map was.
As we switch sides, we see that Xtravagant is taking a 2-0 lead there. Although Last Resort's been kind of giving them a rough time, didn't let them catch too many times when they did have the flag. They still do have a 2-0 lead. So it's time for Last Resort to pick it up here. Let's go ahead, let's switch it over, and let's see if Last Resort, let's switch to our other team. And for Last Resort, I want to put the eye on Poison. He seems to be doing well so far. So let's keep an eye on him and see if Last Resort is going to be able to come up here in the last 4 minutes of this map and try to tie it or take a lead.
Yeah, right now it looks like Rambo, the objective player for Xtravagant, has switched over to an ACR with a red dot sight, with sleight of hand stopping power. He isn't going to be pushing flags anymore. It looks like Xtravagant's strategy here is to hold the other team out of their flag base, and it's really going to be a matter of them being comfortable with their 2-0 lead right now and being up on the flag, playing defense. And that's going to be really, really tough for Last Resort to push through on these guys when all four of them are trying to play the other team.
We got Poison right now. Switch over to the player cam for Last Resort. He takes out JCap there in the hallway. He's going to try to fulfill the support role tonight, especially on capture the flag. So we see him moving in with the Marathon stopping power on the Famasi. Spots someone in the back corner. Instead of getting antsy, taking him out, decides to get in a better position. Looking around in the spawn, has a nice headshot on Sidrock there. He knows that there's somebody still back there, and he takes out JCap as well. Smart playing by Last Resort and Poison in particular, as he played all those smart moves there to not get too ahead of himself, play it calm so that they can get a pull there. And it looks like Apollo, I'm sorry, is going to get the cap. Relatively easy there for Last Resort here as they're bringing it in. Are they going to able to get a 2-1 here? And Poison gets taken out. JCap takes out Dream Cages. Nexel's going to try to keep it open for Apollo as they move in. They are unable, Big Timer with a huge stop, gets the flag return and grabs it. Guys, that's sometimes something you see there is the counter cap, which seems that Big Timer is going to do right now, where they're able to stop the flag carrier right before they get there, return the flag, grab the flag, and then bring it back. So when you are in that position, you got to watch out for the counter cap. Fortunately enough for Last Resort, it looks like they were able to stop it short of the base. Now if they're able to return it, it's going to be a different story here as JCap takes out Dream Crazy and Poisonator right there in the bookstore. So it looks like we're going to see Xtravagant go up and take a 3-0 series lead here as 2 minutes left on the clock. Last Resort is going to have to kick it up a notch here and see if we can have Vexel step it up along with Apollo, Dream Crazy, and Poison for Last Resort. They are playing one of the most dominating, if not the most dominant team on the circuit right now. So they are going to have to be extraordinary in their play tonight. As 1 minute 50 seconds left on the clock, we see Apollo get taken out. Player camera switching over to Vexel and Poison right in the bookstore. They're going to try to get a push, but Big Timer popping around that corner and taking out Vexel. Nice shooting with the ACR on his behalf.
Yeah, right now I'm going to give you a scoreboard update. Sidrock is sitting at 26-12. He is absolutely dominating the player position for Xtravagant. And on the other side, Poisonator is the only one positive. He's at 18-16. And his teammates right now they're doing just a fine job, but they're just not able to kind of capitalize on the crucial moments right now. They're kind of still pushed back across the map. They really need to set up a good position on Xtravagant near Xtravagant's flag if they want to get back into this game. With a minute left, they're going to have to hurry. 3 flag taps is going to be a very, very tough thing to do in this situation. And right now it looks like Xtravagant has extreme control over their side of the map.
With 50 seconds left on the clock, it's starting to look dismal for Last Resort. They're going to have to do something here. Might not be enough to get a flag, but let's see what they can do here as Rambo, nice shank on Poison. Vexel, they've got to move quick. He's right outside Burger Town. He's waiting to see if anybody's in the cockpit there to try to take him out before he makes a push down the escalators. And really, just to be honest with you, Hastro, Sidrock has stepped up for Team Xtravagant and has been slaying them. He's actually with Big Timer and Sidrock for Xtravagant being the 2 players. Big Timer is kind of not on his A game this evening, and Sidrock has definitely done a great job compensating for Xtravagant to keep him up on that 3-0 lead here. With 19 seconds left on the clock, we can pretty much count Last Resort out of this map, so their main focus is going to be now going into Game 2 to take Search and Destroy. I will tell you, Xtravagant, Game 3 demo is their favorite map, but out of all things ironic, they actually hate Demolition Invasion. So there's going to be another opportunity for Last Resort to take a map from Xtravagant. So continuing on here, 3-0, Xtravagant takes game number 1. Astro, breaking down the scoreboard, who was the main player who really separated everybody from the pack?
Well, Sidrock just had some amazing plays where he was just absolutely dominating the other team in terms of playing. He was really getting in their face and making moves across the map. I saw him make a couple really smart plays where he was very patient and waited for the other team to kind of make a move before he took them out. So I would give it to Sidrock on that map. He really propelled Xtravagant into that 3-0 lead that got them the win.
Guys, you're tuning in live to the MLG Modern Warfare 2 Pro Circuit, sponsored by the PlayStation 3. We're going to kick to a quick commercial break, and we'll be back to bring you Game 2 with Xtravagant versus Last Resort.